It happens without warning. A song gets into your head and refuses to leave. You didn't choose it. You didn't want it. But there it is, looping endlessly, playing the same 8 bars on repeat like a broken record inside your skull. You go about your day. You make coffee. You answer emails. You try to hold a conversation. And still, underneath everything, the music plays. What is happening to you? The scientific name for it is an involuntary musical imagery, or IMIR. Researchers also call it an earworm. The term comes from the German word Earworm, which literally means a worm that crawls into the ear and burrows deep. That image is more accurate than it sounds. Because the song isn't just playing in the background of your mind, it has hijacked the part of your brain responsible for planning, prediction, and completion. And it won't let go until it gets what it wants. Here is what your brain is actually doing. When you hear music, your auditory cortex lights up. That part makes sense. But neuroscientist Robert Zatorre at McGill University discovered something far stranger. When you merely imagine music, or when a fragment plays uninvited in your head, the same auditory cortex activates almost identically to when you actually hear it. Your brain does not clearly distinguish between real sound and imagined sound. It processes both as real. The earworm is not a memory. It is a live performance happening entirely inside your skull. But why does it loop? Your brain is a prediction machine. At every waking moment, it is anticipating what comes next, what you will see, what you will hear, what someone is about to say. This prediction system is one of the most powerful and ancient features of your cognition. It kept your ancestors alive. If you could predict where the lion was heading, you survived. If you could predict when the storm was coming, you made it through the night. Music is, at its core, a sequence of predictions. Each note creates an expectation for the next note. Each phrase sets up an anticipation of resolution. Your brain follows along, predicting, confirming, delighting in each fulfilled or cleverly subverted expectation. It is deeply pleasurable. And when the sequence is suddenly cut off, something goes wrong. The prediction loop does not close. The anticipation has nowhere to go. And so your brain does the only thing it can do. It plays the sequence again, and again, and again, searching for the resolution it never received. This is the core mechanism that psychologist James Calaris at the University of Cincinnati identified after years of research into earworm phenomena. He found that songs most likely to get stuck share a particular trait. They are simple enough to be retained by memory, melodically repetitive enough to train the prediction loop, but just structurally incomplete enough to leave the brain hanging. One famous example: the Macarena. Another, the opening riff of Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. The brain learns the pattern almost instantly, anticipates the next beat before it arrives, and then can't stop expecting it even when the music is gone. You are not imagining things. You are not going slightly mad. You are experiencing one of the most sophisticated features of human cognition, running precisely as designed, in a context it was never built for. Now consider what this means about you. The fact that your brain does this at all says something profound. You are a temporal creature. You live not just in the present moment, but in a continuous thread of past, present, and anticipated future. Your mind is always completing patterns, always reaching forward, always expecting the next note. That ability is what lets you understand language. It is what lets you follow a narrative, track a conversation, or know that a sentence isn't finished yet even before the speaker. Do you feel that? That pull. That's the prediction loop. Your brain did it with a sentence just now, the same way it does it with a song. But earworms are not random. Research by Elizabeth Helmuth Margolis, director of the Music Cognition Lab at Princeton University, found that the songs most likely to get stuck are often ones you heard recently and unexpectedly, ones with a strong emotional association, or ones you heard in a moment of low cognitive load, when your brain was idling and had nothing better to do. The commute, the shower, the walk between buildings. Your brain was running on autopilot, and the earworm moved in. This is why they hit hardest when you are trying to concentrate on something boring. Your brain needs a certain level of stimulation to function well. When the task at hand doesn't provide it, the mind wanders. And often, it wanders straight to music. There is also something deeper happening. Music has always been a social signal. Long before language became sophisticated, rhythm and melody were used to coordinate group behavior, mark territory, communicate emotional states,